Here we have one more follow-up example of using the look-ahead alert warnings using electronic charts. I say that more generally now. And viewing in the program Coastal Explorer. And the last time in the previous video, we showed that we could get this is an underwater rock. Well, it's a rock with 4 dots. That means it's just showing. It's just a wash when the tide's exactly 0. 1 foot, if it's minus 1 foot tide, it's up 1 foot, and if it's 2 feet tide, it's 2 feet underwater. So that's what that rock is, that symbol. And we showed the last time that on a vector chart, because a vector chart knows, it's a database, it knows where everything is out here, and so we can do a projection ahead of us and can be warned. This eChart program, Coastal Explorer, can warn us of this rock that's coming up. So but now we're on a raster chart. So we get the boat underway here and put some way on.
Lost depth reading.
Let me okay, so now we're underway. And let's just take a quick look. I'll just speed up so I get up there to see that. So there, now we're up at 6 knots. Let's see, instruments. 7 knots, and there you go, 8 knots. I'm probably going to hit it at 8 knots. Well, not quite. So I'm still at 7 knots. So let's just let that, I'll go past at 8 knots. So there, now listen. Oh, and listen, we don't hear a thing, because this chart does not know about anything that is on here in front of it. So let me stop this for the moment. Now that's stopped. I just stopped the simulator. So this brings up now an interesting point. With the electronic navigation charts, you have that warning, but on this type of chart, you don't. Now I'll come back in another video and show how we can mark this with a border, and it'll, if we know it's especially hazardous. This is a famous sailing route up here. Let me see if I can zoom out. In the Pacific Northwest, people come out of Seattle, come down here around Protection Island and back. And when the current is strong this way, it's very common to come right along this beach as close as you can go. And over the years, people find all these rocks and report them to the Coast Guard, and they chart them then. But in our case, we're studying the safety feature that we can use with one of these powerful programs. But now we just found out that for using the raster charts, we're viewing, and a lot of people like to use the raster charts because they look just like a paper chart. But a raster chart, unfortunately, is not smart enough, doesn't know enough to know what's out here. But now, here is a tremendous asset of this program, Coastal Explorer. I'm not sure if others work this way, but look at this trick. It's another argument for why you would have installed on your computer program not just the RNC but also the ENC. So let me go into the chart. No, not here. Let me go into the chart portfolio, and I'm going to turn on the vector charts. So the vector charts are actually loaded into the program, but we're not navigating by them. You see, they're just in there and they're loaded. So now I want to navigate on this kind of chart because these are kind of like, say, for example. But now let's get underway. We take the boat off, take it off the anchor here. And now let me put some way on. A little bit more. A little bit more, a little bit more. Come out here. And so now, let's see what happens. Oops, it just went by it.
Shallow water, 1.8 meters, rock, kelp ahead.
See, so it spotted this and that rock. Let me slow down.
Shallow
here.
Water, 1.8 meters,
Let me
rock,
slow down.
kelp ahead.
let me just leave it right. Well, I'll go. I can't go half knots yet, but let me go. Yeah, if I go here, one more speed. Okay. Now, let's just watch this. So now I'm navigating on the kind of chart I might choose to use, a raster navigation chart, but I have loaded in the background an electronic navigation chart, and therefore it brings all those the intelligence of the ENC into play. And I can set up then warnings of this type. I think you have to go right by the actual symbol. But again, I'm 6 minutes away. This vector here is set 6 minutes ahead. You can set it, well, you can have the display vector at
Alert.
1 speed.
Lost depth reading.
Okay, that's going.
Rock ahead.
I think the charts change right here. There's two different charts in the vector world, and it looks like also in the, so that's just warning.
Rock ahead.
Oh, there it got it. Rock ahead. So every 10 seconds now it's going
Kelp ahead.
Kelp ahead. Now where does it see kelp? I don't know. I have to check
Rock
it.
ahead.
Okay. So anyway, that's the main point I wanted to make. The beauty of running an
Kelp ahead.
Running an ENC.
Shallow water. 1.8 meters. Ahead.
Running the
Rock
ENC.
ahead.
Let me just stop that. Where is it looking at?
Kelp ahead.
Oh, you know what? Well, okay. I have to look at the other chart too to see where it's getting that data from. Oh, we're in it. This whole area must be tagged as filled with kelp. So there you are. That's an example of the power of running both programs at the same time. Again, I'm not sure that other electronic navigation programs run the same way. And it's also, I'd like to say, a value of our simulator to practice and learn about such things.